Hello everybody, welcome to Eat, Cook, Learn, Love Food. And today we're going to do something that's in season, and that is asparagus. These are beautiful. I love asparagus. It's actually early this year. I know that you get it all year round in supermarkets and shops. However, lately it's been on the market. So it's nice and fat. It'll even get thicker than this, but it's a beautiful thing. It's very, very good for you. And unlike the other asparagus that's imported, that's very thin, I think while it's in season now, right, probably up till December, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So the way I like to treat asparagus is there's lots of different ways. You can just crack the asparagus like this. So where it breaks is what you discard and what you eat. However, you do lose a little bit more. So I think it's nice to get a knife, just take off like about an inch, 2 inches, cut the bottom so you get a nice little point. Okay. So a nice point on the end. It just looks nice. As if you crack it, it's a bit rough and ready. And if you cut it just flat on like so, it doesn't look as nice. But that's a personal preference, no real issue. You've seen my green bean recipe on all the socials. So green beans, again, we actually cooked green beans ahead of time. We use them for tapas, we use them as a salad. So that particular recipe of green beans, please watch that. If you come to one of my classes, which I'm always pushing, you will learn a lot more about everything. But I'm doing these classes just to give you a bit of an insight with what's fresh and what's simple and what you can do. Now, with asparagus, once it's prepared, again, it can all be done ahead of time. So, asparagus, all peeled, a nice clean kitchen, put all these things in your compost, okay? And then you have your asparagus on the bench ready to cook. So, these will just go into the compost. There. Okay, so with our asparagus, there's lots and lots of different ways to cook the asparagus. My preference is to barbecue it or grill it. So we get a tray, we put oil, salt, and pepper on the asparagus. Now, with my classes, how to grill fish, how to cook chicken, on the fundamentals where it all starts. But again, grilling asparagus, you always put the oil on the food. You never put oil in the pan when you're grilling it. Whoops, we lost our light. So we basically put oil on the asparagus, salt and pepper. We have our nice high, we have a hot pan on the stove, and we actually put our asparagus in the pan and we grill it. Same thing applies to a barbecue. If we're doing a barbecue, we would actually put the asparagus on the barbecue, the char grill part, and grill the asparagus till it's cooked and then serve it, ready to eat. If we're feeding lots of people, so again, if I'm cooking all of this asparagus, I would actually just do the same thing each time. Oil, salt and pepper, grill the asparagus, take it off, do it again and again and again, till it's all cooked. Right, so this is our asparagus cooking. You can all see that on the stove. So again, when you grill something, you don't touch it, you just leave it alone. All right, you cook one side, then the other side, then you serve it. Now, to a nicer condiment to go with our asparagus is poached eggs. Poached eggs are a beautiful thing. So to poach an egg, saucepan of water, we put in there about a tablespoon of vinegar. We put in a good pinch of salt. And then we have our eggs and our water. So what I like to do is swirl the water. So it's a bit like a river, swirl it around. We grab our egg and we will drop in one we will drop in 2, and we will drop in 3 eggs. Okay, what we do then, we leave the heat on high because we actually bring the water back to the boil. But when we poach an egg, we do not want the water bubbling. We want to keep it so it's just ticking over, like 99 degrees. I'll give you a little bit of sight. There's our beautiful poached eggs sitting in our water, poaching water. Okay, so they are poaching. This is our asparagus. We're just grilling our asparagus, turning it over, as you can see. Whoops. Okay. Okay, and we've also got some lovely pancetta. Okay, so here we have our beautiful asparagus being grilled, our poached eggs, and our asparagus. So once you've got it coloured on both sides, looking really nice, we basically, again, grilling's by eyesight. I love my greens quite crunchy, but you don't want to serve raw asparagus. You don't want to cook grey and overcooked asparagus. So you're basically cooking the asparagus just so you know it's nice and tender. Just turning the poached eggs down, because once it comes back to the boil, they must poach gently. Here's our lovely asparagus. Okay. The crew are going to be happy today. They're going to get a nice asparagus for lunch. And then we have our pancetta. Again, you don't have to have pancetta. I just like to have bacon or a bit of pancetta with our asparagus. Okay. And here are our poached eggs. So there's egg number 1. And these are beautiful and runny. So when we crack the yolk, it will ooze out all over the plate. Beautiful. And our 3rd egg. You can take the eggs out of this boiling liquid, put them into another hot water just to reduce any acid or vinegar. However, for this particular recipe, that doesn't really matter. But if you put the poached eggs on toast, you don't want the water going into the toast. Here's our pancetta. Give that another little bit of a grill. So it can be as simple as asparagus with poached eggs and Parmesan cheese. It can be poached eggs with pancetta. Oops, I lost that one. Okay. And a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese on top. And that's how simple it is to have a beautiful asparagus with poached eggs, a little drizzle of olive oil, and a little bit of sea salt there, and a little squeeze of pepper. If you want to get really fancy, a little bit of fresh thyme. Herbs are in season now. Grow them, use them. They're stunning. And here we have our lovely asparagus with a soft poached egg. Let's have a look at that, guys. Beautiful and runny. Lovely. Yummo. So enjoy, everybody. Simple. Asparagus is in season. Go and buy some now and enjoy. Thank you for watching, and reach out for more tips soon. Thank you. Bye.
You're loving
So
it.
good for you. Beautiful asparagus.